Welcome back to the Sturgian Companion Mercenaries, you beautiful people. And in classic fashion of my incompetence, turns out I have missed like an hour's worth of recording. What has happened is the Khuzait have come in, started trying to besiege our castles, and we managed to engage a small army of about 300 in a land battle, or straight up field battle, and we won and we managed to drive them back, executed all their lords. And then, due to my incompetence, once again, I accidentally ransomed off 3 more Khuzait lords before we had a chance to execute them. So I don't think there's going to be too many Khuzait left now. And with there not being too many of them, I feel it is time to go to Belatakahand Castle, well, town, and try to take it over, as this is going to be a very, very good staging ground for us to move further into Khuzait territory. I'm not sure how many lords have actually got left, but seeing as we aren't seeing many, I'm going with there probably aren't too many left. And then from there we can push and take castle and then town and so on and so forth, and make our way through the Khuzait territory fairly quickly, methinks. Well, so long as it works that way, that is. There might actually be a massive Khuzait army left, and then, well, we'd be in a lot of trouble. Build a battering ram, stand besieger, we just charge in, try to take the walls and kill everyone off, which seems to be our pretty standard tactic. Slightly different setup for a siege, but it looks like they are just going to be running off one main wall, which, well, for us, is going to make this quite easy. Once we get up there, we just drive through and then take everything down. And Doncaster has already taken out 2 people by himself. Not bad. I don't think we need to wait too much on the battering ram. We just go for the towers. Khuzait aren't known for the staying power in infantry. Now, if they're all on horseback, this will be a very, very different battle. And also, because we have the battering ram, the walls aren't going to be as well defended. Now, I'm not saying that there's not going to be anyone up here, and it does look like we got in just in time. Oh, don't want that or that. Cool. Panic pressing. Why not? Let's do it. Wow, we are getting spanked here. Right, change of tactics. Let's run away and hold the staircase. Can they really come at us one at a time here? He says. Run away! I don't want to die this early on into a siege. That would not be much fun at all. Yeah, they are attacking annoyingly quickly. And for a bunch of people that meant to be mainly archers, they are doing a pretty good job. Now, how are we doing? Yeah, we're over some of the walls. That's good. Battering ram's probably not too far away. We've breached the second set of walls. But, wow, they took Drop Bear down. Oh, that's unfortunate. Anyone else important going down? So far, it is not looking like it. Cool. I think maybe we can go back out and see if we can't support our troops instead of leaving it all to them. Actually doing deceptively well. Was not thinking that they'd take this many of us down. But then on the other side, it doesn't really matter because, well, we're over the walls. As soon as we're over the walls, yeah, all of a sudden their numbers advantage pretty much gets negated. I think it's on the other side. I think they're all archers in the back there that are just absolutely obliterating everyone that's coming up the walls. Right, let's go this way and see if we can't get up there and take out what's left of their archers. There's only a couple of them. Okay, 2 for 1. Yeah. Whole group of archers down there, so anyone that comes over this wall is just getting peppered to oblivion. That's actually a bit of a mean strategy. But then that all being said, as soon as that gatehouse falls, which it looks like it has, our infantry breaches in. Terror's getting a whole bunch of kills. Canute's got a bunch. Yeah, this is looking good. Oh, fine. Yeah, this is ours. This is ours pretty good. I'm liking this. Let's go join our troops, because otherwise we're just going to end up getting spanked if we're caught out in the open. Looks like it's a lot of our archers coming through, which might actually be very useful. Or their archers just run in close combat against our heavy infantry and get utterly slaughtered. Okay, we've still got a couple skill levels left to get in pole arms. So let's see if we can't get any of these off. Well, level up. I think we done pretty good. And Sturgian Heroic Line Breaker and a Feign. Very nice, both trained for combat. And let's have a little ganders. We haven't done this in a while. Let's see how well our companion's done. Agonazar the Wanderer, I guess, must have breached the wall pre-early on and got slotted. Ben got 6. The Drop Bear, yeah, same thing. Must come over that wall straight into the archers and just got blasted apart. Gnu got 6. And Terror also managed to get 6. So yeah, decent kills on our melee companions. And what we do have here is a Crusade Lord who happens to be running towards trees. So maybe we can go track them down and take them out. I'm not... Hopefully this is one of last Crusade Lords. Mind you, that being said, he is in Imperial kit. So Surrender will die. This should be a nice quick fight. Well, I think a field battle would be quite a nice mix-up, considering recently it has been a lot of sieges. Now, sieges is what we want to do, and we do have a siege force, but there is just something nice about creating a shield wall, running up with spears, and then stabbing everything to death. But then there's also some fun about climbing up ladders, and then hitting things in the head with big axes until they die. Or, if you play like me, running away and carrying because you're terrible at the game. But details, we've got the heavy horse going in. Our horse is just going to be able to crash onto theirs and do a whole bunch of damage to what I imagine is going to be a whole bunch of elite cataphract. No, horse archers. That is fine. That's actually not that much of a worry. Horse archers scale in power. If there's only a small group like they had there, we should be fine. And we have found their actual army. And as we already have learnt, Crusade infantry not great against horses. But then I guess that kind of makes sense that they wouldn't be great against horses, seeing as they spend a whole bunch of time riding them. But then you'd also think because they spend a lot of time riding them, they'd know how to fight them. But anyway, details, I'm getting distracted. Plan, stab things in the face until they die. Take out their archers as best that we can. Our horse is just going to go in and cause them absolute havoc. And then once the horse gets tied up, that should buy enough time for our infantry to come in behind and finish all of this off quite nicely. That being said, this looks like a very, very nice place to put some archers. So they're going to be able to shoot them. They're also going to be able to take out a whole bunch of the enemy horse. Horse archers as well that decide to be annoying are just going to get absolutely torn apart from them. And the infantry is taking its sweet, sweet time. Okay, we know we can't press F9. And then, do you run any quicker if I do that? Nope, they're pretty happy going in formation, it seems like. We will live, just going to be a little bit slower than was expected. Archers, who are the skirmishers. I really rate that. I actually do. I think that having those archers mixed in with the infantry just adds so much utility to them. So when we were in the actual battle against the horses, so we had to create a shield wall. Well, actually not a shield wall, but a circle. We shrank it, so then it was like 4 deep. Then on the 4th line, that was all archers. And we put them on a hill so they could fire. And then in the centre of that, we got the infantry, the archers into a square, realised they couldn't shoot because they're blocking each other, spread them out, so yeah, a couple of them were stood outside of the circle. But we went to the edge of the map, created like a hold point there so the horses couldn't run around us, anchored against a forest that messed up their line of sight. Then as they came over the hill towards our guys, the archers literally just shot a whole bunch of the riders off, which then created like this blockade of horses, and then the rest of the horse archers all got held up on that. Now horse archers are dangerous because of their mobility. But if you use them as actually like strict archers, well, they're not as good. And we managed to win, which is a shame that we didn't manage to get that captured. And Sturgian Champion Horseman. Very nice. Right, you are my prisoner now, buddy. And you have some nice prisoners as well. Right, let's go chop your head off. And then that's going to be less lords. that can end up raiding our villages. Now, being said about that, I think maybe we take one of our companions and then turn them into a lord. Now, I think it's the golden is the one that we should be using for the lord, but then we also trained up one of ye old archers to be an absolute broken powerhouse in leading. I'll be right back. So I think the first party we'll start with is a Chive, the leader. He was the one that we gave the multiple traits to see what would happen. We can't really give him any troops to start with, so he is going to be by himself. But we'll just follow him around for a little bit, and I think that he should be pretty fine. I think we'll set him to defensive, maybe. Actually, yeah, no, we're just going to have him on default for the moment and let him run off and do his own thing. And hopefully he can get some troops together and not get wiped out by bandits, would be the plan. So he's only up to 19, but he's already hunting bandits. So we are fine with that. And then in the meantime, seeing as well there's no Kuzate around, let's take another castle, which will free up more towns, well, more villages, which means more troops for our lords. So in the time that we've managed to set up the siege camp, get a battering ram, it looks like, I don't think it was Kuzate Lord because he was running around on the floor, but they are besieging our, well, main town at the moment. So we'll take this castle, then we'll Scooby-Doo over there and then go kill that guy. And then if we're lucky, we might be able to form out and take this guy down, who is from the Legion of the Betrayed. Ew, you're so edgy. But did just notice that they are running for Mangladels, which has a very realistic chance of causing us a lot of problems on the old infantry if they group up together. So plan, pretty much like normal, is run in, try to take the wall, kill as many as we can, ideally before they can do too much damage to us from the outside, get over the wall and then start taking out the Mangladels by ourselves. Or we just hold the wall, drive across, and then they can't replace the guys on it. Which would work as well. That'd actually probably be more useful. Oh, that's a nice sword you got there, mate. Right, let's get into a position where we can actually swing this big old boy axe. Sneaky. Okay, so I take it one Mangladel's up here. It sounds it. But once guys are over the walls anyway, they won't be going back up here. And can we pick those up? Yes. Can we throw this at that? That didn't do as much damage as I was hoping. I'm not sure what I thought would happen, but I thought maybe it would break. Yeah, we'll clear it, it's fine. I'm pretty sure our guys will be able to come along and just kill anyone that tries to get back up here. If not, well, it's been delayed for a while anyway, nonetheless. So let's find another Mangladel, which is there, so that's sorted. So I take it they all must be on the other side of the walls as well. That's cleared. And we're already breached there. Oh, and they're doing that really annoying archer thing. Please say our battering ram's going to make it. Yeah. Right, put infantry on charge. Hopefully, actually just put everyone on charge. Is that going to free everyone up? Yeah. Those guys still on the old battering ram. It doesn't matter, seeing as we're just driving over the wall anyway. And what I might be able to do, just to speed things up a little bit, is go take this door here down and then open the other one, and they might not actually be able to. Weird. Close it. That's the word I'm looking for, close. That's done. Down here, just so long as we stay on the inside. And it's that like bit there that I mean. I reckon if you should be able to hit that and snap it, stops them from closing it. Now, we are not really designed for this sort of fight. Well, actually, that being said, we do have a sword and an axe and a shield, so if we just use that, we'll probably be better off. No, they closed it again. We just need enough people in here that they can't push through to close it, and then we're all good. Okay, run that way if you want. But to be fair, it looks like everyone's over the walls anyway, so yeah, just going to suck for them. Okay, let's cover that guy. Looks like he's trying to open this up. But to be fair, this is pretty much ours now. Yeah, just something about having people like running around with bows in the castles are just super dangerous. Apparently, I'm not with an axe though, but details is one of those. There's some people stuck on the stairs. Okay, heavy spearman, that's good. Hard crossbow and feign. We'll take those. So I was just yondering through, didn't really think anything of the kills until I literally pressed done, then looked across. And it turned out one of the shield maidens, so that's just one of the people that we recruited probably towards the start, took out 18 people in close combat. Which is actually nuts. Like for a close combat companion. Like archers and that, yeah, they get that quite often, but someone that's running around with a sword and like, well, an axe and a shield, that's fairly impressive. Now, can we go and intercept these mateys before they run away too far? Okay, that's not happening, but we can definitely take these guys out. Now, we are pretty beaten up, and we're going to be companions lower. But things that we do need to do before that, though, level up the rest of the troops. And try to take them out. Cool. So what do they look? Swedian, it looks like. But having a look round, I don't think they're going to do too well. So a whole bunch of our heavy horses just going to go and crash into them. We have better archers than the crossbowmen, and they're not Swedians, they're Valandians. Mind you, a whole bunch of horse archers. But we've given our guys like really, really good horses. So even though they're like really heavily armed, they're still like crazy quick. And if we can take their knights out, their heavy horses isn't going to be nearly as dangerous. That being said, just from the amount of horse we've got, and now their horse is going to get stuck on the infantry. This is just going to be a massacre. Yeah. Problem with horse archers, as soon as they can't maneuver, they just get done. Very good in offensive warfare, but in defensive, and especially if the person has like horses that can catch up with yours, and enough of them heavily enough armed that they can survive a few arrows whilst chasing you, yeah, they don't do so great. And talk about not doing so great. You can't have a bunch of peasants run at Sturgian heavy infantry. Like, your commander sucks. And also we're super powerful. As I keep saying, but we're just doing very well. Do need to do a little bit more work on the unit composition. But we have heavy horse, very good archers, very good heavy infantry. Could do with some actual like designated skirmishes just to try to like draw people out of defensive positions. But then again, we can just do that with our archers, and we don't really want horse archers either. But yeah, one of the companions, well, champions, new companion, 5 kills. And off with your head. Looks like this episode is just going to be like rapid fire sieges. Just like siege after siege after siege, which I am A-okay with. Do quite enjoy the sieges, you see. And our Lord, Chive, is doing surprisingly well. He's got just shy of 100 troops now, and has already chased off a couple, I guess, I don't know, enemy lords, for lack of a better term. Not massive armies, but decent sized ones nonetheless. So we are pretty good with that. And also his leadership is going up crazy quick. And then we also set him as his own surgeon. Not that that's going to make a massive difference. I probably should just give him his own. Actually, I'll tell you what, if we get anyone in this one, we'll train them up in medical, and then we'll give them across to him. And then we'll also need to find an engineer. But that being said, we do have a whole bunch of sappers already trained up, for the idea that we could give them to the lords. Or we could go and just make another lord ourselves. Potentially. But I'm not actually too sure, because this castle is falling extremely quickly. And generally, the longer the fights, the more chance we have of people actually leveling up. Unless they just stand out in the open like they are at the moment, then some people are going to get a crazy amount of kills. Yeah, again, absolutely fine with that as well. I think we can have 5... well, 5 armies running around under our companions at the moment, because we've also got the perk that allows us to have an extra party. So that's going to be quite useful. And then their leadership's going to go up crazy quick, so it's not going to be too long until they're going to be running around with armies of like near on 200. That will be awesome, because then we'll just be able to muster a force of like 1,400, then backed with a whole bunch of companions. Yeah, they are just going to be able to shred. And then also, seeing as we'll be commanding the army, we can actually bring them to where they need to be. So far, there haven't been too many castles and towns that we can't take, but then the other side of it is we've been choosing like targets of opportunity and going for like weaker states. Now, having this Khuzait territory is going to be quite nice, because the Khuzait territory is at the side of the map, which means that it's anchored against this side of the map, so we're anchored against the cliffs, which means that we only really need to fight people that come through the south, the north, which is Sturgia. So far we're not getting any beef from Sturgia, and then some people coming from, I guess, would be the west. But yet again, not too many ways in, whereas if you're in like the centre kingdoms, you get attacked from everywhere, and there's so many like ways into your kingdoms. It's like super annoying to like defend. This way we're pretty much always going to be able to outmaneuver people, and I'm just throwing that out there. The siege is once again done. And was right, unfortunately we didn't get any more companions join us. And send about how nuts the Britannian Fane champions are in close combat. So this is a ranger. He's meant to be shooting with a bow. He's not. He ran in with a two-handed weapon and then got 11 kills. They have like 200 skill points in two-handed. What they start with. So actually phenomenal in close combat. And looks like we caught one of the Khuzait out of position, and Chive ran in to attack them so they couldn't escape. I don't even think we need that battle. We have that, so we'll just send troops, get that auto resolved, and that is another head for us. Okay, Chive the leader, good to see you, Ironside. It's like, yeah it is, buddy. Oh, well, that's less than ideal. Looks like he got the Lord instead of us. Fine. Robrick, you fool! And we just send troops, and this is gonna pretty much do the Khuzait. And he is ours as well. Sweet, so that is... I'm pretty sure we executed the other guy that was in the Legion of the Damned. Level these guys up, take what prisoners we can. And there shouldn't be too many left. Now, we did manage to scoot back to our territory, pick a couple more troops up, so ideally level some more things up. And let's go chop off a head. And off your shoulders it goes. Well, the golden boar's still alive. Shame. And looks like we should be able to wipe out Entho's party as well. 130. Yeah, you're disorganised, and we caught you on a bridge. Surrender or fight. And I reckon we just auto-resolve that. We'll probably come out of less losses. Yeah, no one went down. Awesome. And you are my prisoner now, and soon to be off with your head. Off with your head it is. And I also saw one more party close by as well, so maybe we can track them down. Track them down we did, and the silly sausages have decided to go battle some looters whilst we're on their tail. Okay, we have a ransom offer the free barbarous of the forest people. Cool, that means he's in prison somewhere, which means that's probably in one of our towns or cities. And we can just go in and chop his head off as well. And we do not care, yield or fight. I mean, he's going to have horse. So, as standard, everyone just charges in. Horse on the flank, horse in the centre. We are getting a respectable amount of heavy horse now, which we're super happy with. And who are you? Oh yeah, you're that rider that we had like right at the start that we forgot about. Well, we'll leave you be. And I think the horse actually just running through things does more damage than I do. If I could actually swing this thing and hit stuff instead of our own kit, well, I'm sure we'll be doing some more damage. Oh yeah, that's because it's only got reach of like 110. Trade-off is it does swing fairly fast. Just have to have it on target though, which seem to be struggling with. Wow, that's impressive. Not bad, actually. Were you a companion? No, you're just a standard, yeah. 1-1 combat. You absolutely done a banner night. That's good going. And charge-wise, these guys are awesome as well. Come back here. Okay, off the horse. No, don't stab Kemsen in the face. That is not allowed. Did we get that? No. Horse just going in, kill stealing. Heavy horse. There's just horses in like the whole Warband series. Well, Mount Blade series are just awesome. The ability just to like crowd control troops and push them around just makes them insane. Especially as soon as the troops like pack in together and the horses go through. If you get the timing right and once all those holes are open, then your infantry hits, you can absolutely just tear anything apart. And again, another head for us. Good man, Chive. Just intercepted another attack on this castle. Probably should start putting some troops into it, to be honest. But we're going to leave that to Chive. Chive's job is basically just going to be like remanning the garrisons. And he has already some very good Khuzait troops. And yes, you are my prisoner. That is very observant of you. But I have heard it's quite hard to be observant when you don't have a head. 183, not a bad sized force. But I'm actually half tempted to keep this castle the way that is and not load it up with troops. Just because it is a really, really good trap. So Chive normally comes in, and he's a faster party than us, so he has a really good chance of just going in and intercepting. Then we just pile in behind and take him out. Or they don't run away and then we just wipe them out ourselves. Now, has a little bit more in the way of horses. I actually think we might outnumber them in horses, funnily enough, even though they are the Khuzait. Now, 12 horse archers and then a bunch of lancers. Still, don't put high expectations on them doing too well against us. And wow, stuns every time. Right. Silly sausage. Couldn't quite get us because we're hidden behind a horse. Now, where do we go? Methinks into the back of the infantry. And yeah, those two-handed axes, because our companions also get to cleave off it as well, absolutely devastating when things get in close. Well, when they're getting close to things, more appropriately. Just awesome, awesome bits of kit. And it looks like our explodey boys are actually starting to hit things now, which is good. Now, thinking another Mount Blade series, as this one is starting to wind up, as well, once we start our own kingdom proper, I think that is when we call it, and I don't think we're too far away from that. What about the Warhammer mod? So the Age of Sigmar one, or is it End Times? Well, pretty much interchangeable, unless you're really into it. Now, I think that could be quite fun, and I'm wondering what other mods that we can put across. But that's got like magic, different horses, and a bunch of other interesting things that I think would be a nice time burner until the Lord of the Rings mod comes out, which I got a feeling is going to be insane. Looking at some of the artwork and the designs that they put into it, that is going to be absolutely phenomenal. And with this last head, I think that is a good place to round out the episode. So thank you very much for watching the Sturgian Companion Mercenaries. I've been Konzi. All your likes, comments, sub support have been amazing. You guys are awesome. And I'll catch you on the next one.